The NBA playoffs and finals have some of the greatest moments in sports. Those moments can cement you into the annals of history and leave you in glory. The opposite is true as well. Your mistakes can make you infamous and leave a horrendous mark on an illustrious career. Welcome to the Squad Dawkins channel. Here we break down some of the biggest mistakes NBA players have made in the playoffs. Patrick Ewing is 7 feet tall. The man was known for his dunks and aggressive playing style. But for some reason, with only a point difference in the final 5 seconds of Game 7 of the Eastern Conference Finals, he decided to attempt a finger roll for the victory. Why he thought this would be a better choice than a dunk, who knows? One thing we can know is that this is just the beginning of all the tragedies that we are going to cover in this video. Rookie years can be really tough on some players. For a great player like Kobe Bryant, there really shouldn't be defining moments of utter failure. In Game 5 of the Western Conference semifinals, Kobe desperately wanted to be the hero for the Lakers. What can you expect? He was just 18 years old with something to prove. Kobe ended up throwing 4 air balls and a junk ball at the end of the game. The first one would have sealed their victory. The last one would have been enough to tie the game up for and could have led them to victory. There are all types of giving in the sport of basketball. You can give up, give in, or give it away. Magic managed to perform all 3 in the 1984 NBA Finals against the Celtics. In Game 2, Magic gave up and dribbled the clock out in the 4th quarter with the score tied. The Celtics ended up winning in overtime. In Game 4, Magic gave the game away when he gave the ball away at the end. That led the Celtics to another OT victory. And finally, in Game 7, Magic gave in and turned the ball over for another final victory for the Celtics. The duo of Scottie Pippen and Michael Jordan has never been matched, and at the beginning of their careers, the two were indivisible. Losing one of them would have catastrophic effects on the team, and that was proven in Game 7 against the Pistons in the 1990 Eastern Conference Finals, when everything seemed poised for this dynasty to begin, but fate has other plans. The Chicago Bulls lost Scottie Pippen to an extreme migraine. Losing an essential player at a critical moment obviously took its toll. The Bulls lost to the Pistons. Free throws are the most annoying thing to miss in basketball. That's because you're shooting from the exact same spot with no one guarding you. In Game 1 of the NBA Finals against the Houston Rockets in 1995, Nick Anderson managed to miss 4 of them at the end of regulation time. Orlando was up by 3 points at this time when the 5th shot finally went in, making the score 111-107. The Rockets were able to march back down the court and make up the difference for their victory. Every point matters, and Karl Malone is a perfect example of why that is true. In Game 1 against the Bulls in 1997, Karl Malone was set up for a pair of free throws with seconds left in the game. Unfortunately for the mailman, he couldn't deliver. Neither sleet nor ice nor snow could stop him in the regular season, but it seems pressure had him dead in his tracks. Karl Malone is one of the greatest players to ever have played the game, and he never won a title to prove it. It's hard to play against legends in the game, and there are few bigger legends than Larry Bird. This play could be seen as a top 10 playoff move or mistake depending on who you're a fan of. In Game 5 of the 1987 playoffs between the Celtics and the Pistons, Isaiah Thomas made a dire miscalculation with seconds to go on the clock. With the Pistons up by just 1 point, Isaiah passed the ball directly into the waiting hands of his opponent, Larry Bird.
Now there's a steal by Bird! Underneath the DJ, lays it in!
Bird made a quick pass before falling out of bounds to Dennis Johnson, who put it away for the win. The Celtics ended up winning the series. Manu Ginobili was a critical element to the Spurs during his tenure on the team. He often complimented the team's 2 stars, Tim Duncan and Tony Parker. But during the 2013 NBA Finals, Ginobili apparently lost his ability to play the game. In Game 6, Manu scored 9 points and turned the ball over 8 times. The Spurs ended up losing Game 6 by 3 points. They would have taken the title from the Heat if Ginobili decided not to fall apart at the end. The greatest basketball player of all time is Michael Jordan. Going up against him and the Chicago Bulls of his era was a daunting task in and of itself. However, the New York Knicks managed to edge out 2 victories in a row against the hardened champs in the 1993 Eastern Conference Finals. Then, in true Chicago fashion, the Bulls rallied for a 3-game winning streak. The biggest missed opportunity, or opportunities, came in Game 5. With just 20 seconds left and 1 score to win the game and leave the Knicks ahead 3-2 in the series, the Knicks' Charles Smith choked in epic fashion. He missed 4 shots that would have put them over the edge and wasn't able to draw a foul. Had he made just one bucket, the Knicks could have gone to the finals that year to claim their glory. Wilt Chamberlain was arguably one of the greatest players to play the game of basketball. In the 1968 season, Wilt averaged 22 points per game and led in pretty much every other category. But in Game 7 of the 1968 NBA Finals against the Boston Celtics, the 76ers' most powerful offensive player decided that he was only going to take 4 shots. One of the most prolific shooters in the history of basketball took 4 shots in one game. Most of those shots came in the first half, and only 1 in the second half. The Sixers ended up losing to the Celtics that night. Wilt's obvious absence in the final 2 games of that series led to the Sixers blowing a 3-1 lead over the Celtics. J.R. Smith has been famous for many things, as he's become some sort of a living meme. The former NBA champion with the Cleveland Cavaliers and Los Angeles Lakers is no longer part of the league, but his stories will always be remembered by the fans. Besides, his supposed love for Hennessy Smith has been known for other things. The story that will forever stick with Smith is the infamous blunder at the end of regulation of Game 1 in the 2018 NBA Finals. That season, the Cleveland Cavaliers landed in the finals trying to win their second NBA championship against the Golden State Warriors. And they looked like they stood a chance against the overpowered Warriors until a mistake by JR cost them the first game and presumably the series. With just a few seconds left in regulation and the score tied, Smith grabbed an offensive rebound off a missed free throw by George Hill. However, instead of attempting a shot or passing the ball to a teammate for a shot, Smith dribbled the ball out to the perimeter as if he thought his team had the lead. LeBron James was visibly frustrated with Smith's decision, and the Cleveland Cavaliers went on to lose the game in overtime to the Golden State Warriors. Many fans and analysts believe that if Smith had either made a shot attempt or passed the ball to an open teammate, the Cavaliers could have won Game 1. Some also speculate that the outcome of the series may have been different if the Cavaliers had won that game, as it could have shifted momentum in their favor. Overall, J.R. Smith's mistake in the 2018 NBA Finals was a memorable and controversial moment in basketball history. Tell us in the comments, what do you think is the dumbest play in NBA playoffs history? And if you enjoy this video, hit the like button, share, and subscribe. For even more basketball content, subscribe to our other channels, Free Dawkins and Vintage Dawkins, and follow us on social media.